pretty these carrots are. These are so pretty. I just want y'all to see them. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tishawn. I'm a Orlando-based flight attendant. In today's video, I'll be cooking Sunday dinner, and I decided to vlog it so I can bring you guys along with me. So in this part, I am starting my preparation for the rice and peas. I had the peas boiling for about an hour now, and then I added the garlic to it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a stir. Then I'm going to add my thyme, scallion, or green onion, whichever one you want to call it. Let it cook for about another hour or so. To be honest, usually I'll use the canned peas or I'll cook my peas overnight, but this time I never do that. But never have time, so I just let the peas cook for about 2 hours or so, and usually I would have leftover peas. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my coconut milk. When you add coconut milk, you have to let it cook. The coconut milk, you have to let it cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. You want to go ahead and add your greens to it, your green onions or scallion, whichever one you want to call it. Green pepper or yellow pepper. I just love the green pepper. It just fresh thyme. You want to go ahead and, so some people keep the thyme and the green onion that they started cooking the peas with. You could take it out if you want to. You don't have to. I just keep it in there to keep the flavor. You want to go ahead and add some butter. Then you want to season your pot. So I use all-purpose seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, a little salt, and if you want, it's optional, you could add a little bit more garlic. You do not have to use garlic. Everybody cook different. Don't come for me. And a little tip of badia if you want to use badia, because badia tends to be a lot of salty, so you're not to use too much. And then you just want to make your pot go and bubble up, make it go and simmer down for the next 12 to 20 minutes, because you have to definitely make that coconut milk cook, you know. And then you're going to let it do its thing on its own right there. And then pretty much you want to go ahead and then add your rice to it. Wash your rice, add it to it, put it on low and let it simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes on low heat. And this is my rice and peas. This is how your rice and peas are gonna look. Come out with itself. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do my baked macaroni. So you want to make sure boil your noodles, your pasta, of course. I use the elbows. You could use whichever ones you want to use. You don't have to use elbows. If you want to switch it up, add some milk. I just do everything by eyeball. I do not have measurements. So you add the milk. I use 1 stick of butter because I like it when it have that taste with the butter instead of using half stick of butter. Add some black pepper. You're going to add some cayenne pepper, some paprika, some parsley, some badia, garlic powder, onion powder. Just want to season up the macaroni. Even though it's going to bake, you have to make sure you season up the macaroni itself. And pretty much once you get done with the seasoning, you're going to go ahead and add your egg to it. Damn, how much seasoning I put on this here? Yeah, you want to go ahead and add your egg and stir that in, because you know egg is your binding agent. It's your binding ingredient. I learned that in high school back in Jamaica. So anytime I use egg, I say, yep, binding agent, binding ingredient this year. You could use 2 eggs if you want to. You don't necessarily have to. Like I said, I eyeball most times whenever I'm cooking, so I just use 1 egg all the time. Give it a good stir because you want to make sure everything get into it. It kind of look pale, so I think I added more seasoning to it. Yes, I did add some more all-purpose to it. Give it that flavor that it needs, you know, because you know, say macaroni have to come out. After this, after I added more seasoning to it, I go ahead and I think I started with my cheese. Now I use 3 different bags of cheese. I use sharp cheddar cheese, Parmesan cheese or mozzarella, and I think I used the mixed one, the sharp cheddar and the other white one. I don't remember, but I think I recorded it so you guys will see it. I used the 2-pound bags, so 3 different bags, 2 pounds, because you want to have it for the mixed in and then what you're going to put on top. Now, me personally, I like putting the sharp cheddar on top because for some reason it's more thick than the mozzarella or parmesan. So I like having that on top to when I put it to bake. What's this? Parmesan. Yes, that's the parmesan. So yeah, I like putting the sharp cheddar on top to have it so it bakes and it gives it that crunch looking and thick look layered at the top. So that's what I use. So you want to go ahead and give it a nice stir. Make sure you stir up all of the cheese. The cheese is going to melt eventually. So it may not look like it's gonna. Watch this Fiesta blend. Yeah, that's the Fiesta blend I use. Like I said, those are my three preference. You don't have to use those three, but I do recommend that you use the sharp cheese. A lot of people have their own preferences, but if you try something different, let me know. Oh, and another thing is that I see people use cream cheese. I do want to go ahead and try that one day, but this day I did not have any cream cheese at home, so I couldn't try it. I'm pretty sure that gives it a kick to cream cheese because I love cream cheese. So you want to go ahead and add some more black pepper here and a little bit more paprika cayenne, anything you want to add just to give it a little more flavor. Your pot, use all of the seasoning you want. Spray the pan that you're going to put it in. This is olive oil spray that I'm using. You want to go ahead and pour your macaroni into the container. Spread it evenly among the pan. You know, you want to get everything in. So the cheese melt out and everything. Yeah, so it will look. Season it again. Paprika. And I think garlic powder, onion powder, all purpose. Any seasoning you want to use, you season it up. But the main thing that you're going to need when you finish putting the cheese on the top to give it that rich green color is the parsley. So definitely make sure you have some parsley. So you just want to go ahead and layer the macaroni with the different cheese. So yes, even though I do use the sharp cheddar cheese, I do put the other two cheeses before I put the sharp cheddar cheese. That's the last cheese I'm going to use at the top of it. And the Fiesta right here, because I still want to have everything in it to give it that flavor at the top, not only in the middle. So yeah, parsley, put that on there, and I think I did go ahead and added some more paprika and black pepper to it. I think I did. You can, you don't have to, but or you could just top it off with some parsley. Whatever works best for you, honey. It's your pot. Yes, black pepper. You control your cooking, you understand? And then you're gonna go ahead and stick it in the oven, and you're gonna have it baked at 350 for about 30 minutes, and then broil for 2 to 3 minutes. You do want to set a timer because if you don't set a timer, it's just gonna go off. I'm burn up your macaroni, so make sure you set that timer. Then I had carrot and ginger juice for dinner. I completely forgot to include a footage of that. But it was really good. Carrot and ginger juice. Here I'm just seasoning up my chicken leg. I did go ahead and baked some barbecue chicken. I'm going to show you guys the ingredients that I used. Every time I do barbecue chicken, I always add something new to it. All the time. This time, I added sorrel and whiskey, Jack Daniels together. Oh, for me personally, when I'm doing my barbecue chicken, I do add some brown into it to give it that color. So these are the seasoning I'm showing you guys that I use, so you guys can see everything. So yeah, added the Jack Daniels and sorrel to it. Give it that stir. And then you just want to stick it in the oven, let it bake for 375. After having about 20 minutes remaining, you want to take it out the oven and add the sauce to it and just throw it back in there. Here's what I did. I added some pepper to it and then I sticked it back in the oven. At this time, it's probably going to have about 17 minutes remaining. Just stick it back in there, let it cook, because the chicken is already cooked. You just want to stick your chicken back in to let it absorb the flavor. No, we did have some cold food. Y'all probably saying, dang, y'all cook a lot of food. Yes, we had a lot of visitors that day. So we cooked a lot. You know, everybody have to eat, runs and everything, and care for work. So we're cooking enough cold food. Easy. We let it pressure it first for about an hour and 45 minutes. But before we pressured it, we did sear it in the pot. Then pressure it for an hour 45. Then take it out of the pressure, add it to the stove top, add your own seasoning, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, all purpose. you know, your seasoning. Then we added the onions, the scallion, thyme, garlic, bell pepper, everything you want add to your pot, and the butter bean. You got to have the butter bean to your cold foot. Me personally, I don't like I don't like butter beans. I love cold foot, but I don't like butter beans. Just a disclaimer. And even for rice and peas, I'm not a fan anymore of rice and peas, so I always pick out the peas. I know, even stew peas, no. But anyway, back to this. So yeah, let your pot go and bubble, and then you want to add the reggae balls to it. Pimento seeds. Sorry, pimento seeds. You want to make sure you add that to your pot. I don't know, it just gives it the flavor. So this is how it looks after we added everything and let it cook on the stove top for about another 25 to 30 minutes. And then I did go ahead and make some yellow rice too. Spanish yellow rice. It's pretty easy to make, and this is the final product how dinner turned out. There you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching.